Hi, my name is Jason Barrett, and this is my informative speech. For my audience, I have my mother, my youngest, my Aunt Jane, and my wife Megan. Okay. Now, my son has been involved in youth sports, mainly Pop Warner football, for over 9 years now. And one day it really shocked me. We were down by about 3 touchdowns. Kids were playing great. They were all doing their best. But during one particular play, I witnessed a 9-year-old have a head-to-head collision with another player. Now, they both got up. They were both a little shaky. Of course, our player looked a little wobbly heading over the sideline. They both got over and they both returned to play a few plays later. But what shocked me was what I found out a few days later. Our player that was involved in the hit, that was his second concussion within 3 weeks. Now, as a fellow football parent, the last thing I want to think about is my son injuring his brain on the field through high impact. Now, I know bruises, scrapes, even sprains, they're going to happen. But one thing I know I want to avoid at all costs is a concussion. So, today I just want to go over some information on sports-related concussions and maybe some possible ways that technology is working to avoid these concussions. Technology and education, actually. So, now you know why I'm here. I just want to go over some statistics first on concussions. Now, the American Academy of Pediatrics, their website, Concussion Management, Return to Play, they state that emergency room visits from ages 8 to 13 years old have doubled in the last 10 years. And the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, their website under traumatic brain injury, they state that sports-related concussions in the U.S. are between 1 to 6 million and 3.8 million annually. So, after hearing these startling statistics, now I just want to go over some effects that the concussion can have on the human brain. Now, according to Dr. James Andrews, his book on sports-related injuries, he states that some short-term effects from a concussion could be dizziness, nausea, trouble sleeping, blurred vision, and trouble thinking clearly. Some of the long-term effects could be Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, possible coma, or even worse, death. So, now I've given you a little information about concussions. Now I just want to go into some information on the way education and technology could possibly help decrease the chance of a concussion while playing sports. Now, Dr. Robert Cantu, Senior Advisor for the NFL, his book, Concussions in Our Kids, he preaches that proper techniques of play need to be reviewed with coaches, referees, any officials involved, parents, and even players to avoid injuries. Between the coaches and the officials, it's up to them to enforce and encourage proper hitting techniques. There's right ways, there's wrong ways. If they do it right, they're going to reduce those chances of getting an injury from a concussion, from head-on impact, high impact. So, from the book, Kids, Sports, and Concussions, there's a Dr. Paul Meehan. He states that test results seem to suggest that newer technology and helmet design may reduce the risk of sports injury concussions, sports-related concussions. And now, while the increasing reports of sports-related concussions, there's a greater need to educate, recognize, and avoid these injuries. Now, playing sports is a great way for kids to get exercise, learn team camaraderie, teamwork, but it's up to us to ensure that they are out there playing safe with a proper education and the right tools as far as equipment. And there's an article in Kids Sports and Concussions by sports injury specialist Paul Meehan. He states that the positives of sports physical activity far outweigh the negatives. We just need to make it safer for them. Thank you.